live from historic Crocker Field. It is Rivalry Saturday here on FATV. Fitchburg versus Leominster. We have a doubleheader on tap. The Chicken Bowl comes your way later this afternoon, but first it is girls flag football. Fitchburg High School versus Leominster. It's the rivalry. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dan Bolek. Dan, there is a special feeling in the air anytime you get to say it's Fitchburg versus Leominster.
Absolutely. These two teams have been trading blows on the gridiron and in sports for years over years over years. It's a tradition unlike any other. The rivalry between Fitchburg and Leominster, two adjacent communities who've been at it for so long. And today, something a little bit new.
Maybe a new tradition. You might hope so. There will be girls flag football kicking off rivalry week here from historic Crocker Field. Of course, with the Thanksgiving boys football game being played at Doyle, the Saturday festivities held at Crocker, and today we have Fitchburg versus Leominster.
Indeed, and these two teams, they are quite familiar with each other when it comes to playing flag football. They've played about a half dozen games against each other over the last couple of years during the spring. And of course, they've even played a couple of times with Leominster fielding a second squad there as well. Leominster has gotten the best of Fitchburg over the times. I don't believe Fitchburg has beaten Leominster, at least Leominster's A team, if you will. But Leominster's got their best players. 6 players who were all league last year on this black and blue squad.
It is a bit of a different look for fans who watched the Leominster or Leominster 2 teams and the Fitchburg team in the last scholastic year, obviously, with a number of players graduating from both teams. It'll be a bit of a different look, but the Leominster squad today carries players who were on Leominster and Leominster 2 last season. Fitchburg, on the other hand, graduated 9 seniors. They will not be taking part today, obviously, but still a healthy and competitive Fitchburg squad as we get ready for the rivalry.
There's still plenty of players with experience on this side. I know Milagros Rivera and Bia Pena are two who stand out there who played last year for the Red Raiders. They were 14-7 last year. They were state semifinalists for the second consecutive year. A little harder to be state semifinalists in the year 2024 because you had to get through a regional tournament to get to Gillette as opposed to the first year when it was just 8 teams, so everybody got to go to Gillette. You just had to win one quarterfinal game, and boom, you were a state semifinalist. But last year, you had to be one of the 4 best teams in Central Mass to get to go to Gillette. Then you still had to win a semifinal against one of the best teams from Eastern Mass. Fitchburg was able to do just that, falling for the second straight year to St. Mary's of Lynn in the semifinals. This time around, it was St. Mary's who went on to win the championship on a dramatic play at the very end, contrary to the previous year where Leominster was able to win the title on a dramatic play, that one on defense.
So both of these teams have not played any official league competition since June. We do know that the Fitchburg squad played at Gillette just a couple weeks ago, back on October the 27th. But in terms of official organized league play, this isn't even an official organized league game, come to think of it, but they have not played one of those since back in June. So it might be not necessarily rust. Obviously, both coaches have had their teams practicing, getting ready for this, but maybe a little bit different look from both sides.
Perhaps a little bit. We were talking with Jack Reed, who is the league commissioner, and he's going to be our official today. You can see him there in the white coat. And he was mentioning to me that they've made a couple of changes to the girls flag football rule book for the upcoming season this spring. However, they're going to be playing under the rules of the previous season with really only one adjustment, because normally it's 18-minute halves that they play with the running clock. But today, for the special tournament game, or for the special event, the festivities, it's going to be 25-minute halves. So each team is going to get a bonus timeout that they can use in the first half only. They'll have 4 timeouts to use throughout the entire contest.
Fitchburg won the toss and deferred. We will see the Leominster Blue Devil offense take the field first. They will get it to start at their own 5-yard line.
Fitchburg, having won the toss, has deferred, so Leominster will receive.
Leominster will be going left to right here in the first half. Again, they're in the all black with blue numbers. Fitchburg in the red and white. Most players going with leggings.
It's a little chilly out there.
Shaylin Smith goes bare-legged. She's tough.
Is a soccer player. There are a couple of these athletes also played fall sports for the Red Raiders. Shaylin Smith and Ella Kitchen, for instance, both goaltenders on the girls soccer team.
Bit of a breeze, as you can see, blowing left to right. It'll be at the Blue Devils' back as we get underway. Here with the play-by-play for the first half is Dan Bolak.
Thank you very much. I'm going to assume Amelia Carboni is going to be the center here. She's wearing number 84. That was not a number we had at the beginning. As on the snap, first down, Jolly Santiago with a long throw over the middle is going to be incomplete. She was trying to find Carboni, but just overcooked it there.
Shaylin Smith had the coverage for the Raiders. A little bit of pressure on the quarterback there. Pass was just a little bit too tall for Carboni to get to.
So second down coming, and teams have to get to midfield for a first down, so effectively 2nd and 20. It's 5 aside in girls flag football. Santiago will throw to the left side. That's going to be incomplete again, looking for Haley Jimenez, who was a tremendous athlete. She still is, but she was tremendous last year, one of the really dominant forces on the Blue Devils.
This time, Dan, they try play action on the jet sweep, catch the Raider defense going to the left, and then try to hit Jimenez on the wheel up the left sideline. Pass just a little bit high. Jimenez was able to get her hands on it, but it fell incomplete. Now third down for the Blue Devils. They need to get to midfield.
Third down and 20 to go effectively. It's a lot to ask for. There's the pressure there, and Santiago will heave it up. It'll fall in between 3 different players and to the floor, incomplete.
Intended for Jasmine Vasquez. There were 2 Raiders there on her.
And so a 3 and out forced by the Red Raiders, and on fourth down, you can either go for it or you can punt, and a punt puts the ball on the other team's 5-yard line. I think it's quite obvious what option Leominster will take there.
Yeah, I think you'll take the 40-yard swing and momentum here. So Fitchburg gets it 1st and 20 at their own, at their 30-yard line. Basically, the goal lines are at the 25s so that the midfield line can be at midfield. It makes sense.
It does. The first down. It's going to be a handoff coming around the line there was Leilani and Gracia. She's a senior. Was not on the squad last year. Able to get a couple of yards up the near side. Won't even give her that, just give her back to the line of scrimmage there. The tackle made by Jay Colazzo. With a high snap, throw to the right side, knocked down and incomplete.
Jolly Santiago was all over that ball, Dan. Trying to hit Jaylene Melendez. Santiago with great coverage. You see the high snap, that means there's pressure on Ella Kitchen. Santiago was able to defend that ball well.
3rd and 20, no offensive yards in this contest thus far. We'll get some here as the throw goes to the left side. It was complete for Gracia, but she wasn't able to get much more than that. Her flag pulled after only about a 3-yard gain, and the Raiders will punt.
Great adjustment here by Jay Colazzo, Dan. She had been coming on the pressure, trying to get in Kitchen's kitchen, if you will. But after the pass was thrown, Colazzo adjusted, went back, made the tackle, forced the punt.
1st and 20 for Leominster. They'll try the end around as well to Haley Jimenez. Tries to use her natural elusiveness. Will be the first offensive yards for Leominster, but it'll be just a 2-yard gain.
They did play action on this earlier, Dan. This time they do go with the handoff on the sweep. Just a couple yards, makes it 2nd and about 17.
And Santiago lofted downfield, but way too much airtime on that one, trying to find her center there in Carboni.
Number 84, incomplete.
Maybe just a little bit of jitters, too. A
little bit.
Yeah, Jolly Santiago was an all-league player. She was a league MVP last year. A tremendous quarterback.
And remember as well, this Leominster team is assembled from parts of the Leominster and Leominster 2 squads, as this pass is intercepted.
Picked off there by Shaylin Smith. And that'll flip the field in the Raiders' favor. They'll have great field position to start this next drive.
Once again, Santiago just looking downfield, wasn't able to really step in this one, all arm. Ball floated a bit on her. Shaylin Smith was there to make the interception. Flag pulled quickly by Haley Jimenez before she could get much of a return.
The 1st and 5 for the Red Raiders. So they have to get to midfield still for a first down. That throw to the left side incomplete for Jaylene Melendez.
Right, it's not, 1st and 10 or whatever. It's, you have 4 downs to get to midfield, and then once you're past midfield, you have 3 downs to score.
Because they're right on that no-run territory as well. So I believe the Raiders do have to throw nothing but passes here. Because you can't run the ball when you're within 5 yards of gaining a first down or getting a touchdown. There'll be another throw to the left side, and again, Melendez isn't able to haul that one in.
Another high floating snap as well. Kitchen had to wait a good while to get that ball back. Just tried to hit Melendez on the quick swing. Wasn't able to bring it in. Brings up 3rd down.
Raiders line up 3 and bunch to the center. And now the throw to the right side, and that is incomplete as well. Again, Melendez not able to gather that one in.
It's a flag down on the play, but the indication is it's going to be a false start against Fitchburg. There was a lot of movement on the right side of the line.
False start is a 5-yard penalty. It loses 3rd down, so even if the catch had been made, it would not have been given. Turns into 4th and 10. The Raiders will punt.
Yeah, I think if not for the penalty, I would have been advocating for Fitchburg to go for it, but with it being 4th and 10, Raiders make the decision to punt it away.
No first downs in this contest as a quick throw to the left side is going to be caught. The Carboni, who kept her flag going, finally gets pulled, but not until she's past midfield. It's going to be our first down of the contest.
That's tremendous work by Amelia Carboni. Take a look at this one again, Dan. As she comes along the near side after making this catch, she's got to stay in bounds and somehow elude the Red Raider defender. Just barely gets across midfield before her flag is pulled.
1st and 23, effectively, or 1st and goal. The throw over the middle is going to be caught. That's Jimenez. She'll have her flag pulled at the 41.
Be Pena with the tackle for the Red Raiders.
You can see how quick the momentum is in flag football, how quick the tempo goes. You don't get a whole lot of time to breathe, really. Quick throws, get your flag adjusted, get right back into it. 2nd down, throw to the right side is going to be caught. And Carboni's flag didn't fall in the first pull, it falls in the second one at around the 32-yard line.
Gabriela Simonos could not believe that she wasn't able to make this tackle. She had her hands on the flag, just yanked and it didn't come off.
Just went right through her grasp. 3rd down for the Blue Devils. Now, this brings us to another flag football rule. You only get 3 shots when it's in enemy territory. If you don't convert on 3rd down, it's an auto punt.
That's right.
So the Blue Devils must score on this 3rd down play, 8 yards from goal. Otherwise, they give the ball back to the Raiders. 8 yards out so they can run or they can pass. They've already given the ball off to Jimenez so she can run with it. And she got stopped around the 30-yard line. She's about 5 yards short. And so the Red Raiders are going to get the ball back at the 30.
I think it was Pena again, Dan. For a second, it looked like Jimenez was looking downfield to throw. Then she took off and ran with it. And you see Pena reaching in with that right arm, yanking the flag about the 31, 6 yards from goal. Fitchburg will get it back, 1st and 20 at their own 30.
Yep. So because of the auto punt rule, that basically means that no matter where that drive ends, the ball is going to go to the 30 at the end of it. 1st down, completion to the left side for Ingracia. Spin move, and she gets her flag pulled past the 35. Give her to the 37.
Fitchburg spreads the field this time. Ingracia tried to spin away from the Blue Devil defenders, but she got her flag pulled.
The Raiders graduated 9 seniors, but Ingracia is the only senior on this year's roster. The throw to the left side. It's going to be caught again by Ingracia. Fighting and twisting for yardage. She's past the 45-yard line.
It's an incredible diving tackle by Santiago. Take another look at this one, Dan. Santiago going full extension to the turf.
Flag got pulled way earlier than I thought, so to the 43. That's not bad for Fitchburg because it means they can at least run it if they so desire on third down, whereas if it was where I thought it was going to be, they wouldn't be able to. They try the end around. The ball is dropped, lands on the ground. And when the ball strikes the ground like that, that's the end of the play. There are no fumbles in flag football.
That actually worked out for Fitchburg, Dan. We see Leilani Ingracia gets the handoff here. She's going to get her flag pulled. She is dead to rights in the backfield. Loses the handle. The ball actually moves forward. But Fitchburg chooses to punt nonetheless. So Leominster will get it back at their own 30.
Obviously, if fumbling were allowed, then perhaps Leominster would be able to pick that up for some good yardage. But if you allowed fumbling, then players would be trying to pile on top of that ball, and that gets you the contact that you don't want to see.
Yeah, no. Nobody's wearing pads, so
it's not safe.
Not a good idea to be smacking into one another. It is, after all, flag football.
1st and 20 for the Blue Devils. Santiago with some time, throws right side, incomplete. Juana Jimenez comes in and out of her hands.
You know, Dan, you gotta wonder, flag football obviously typically a spring sport, and I know this isn't the first time these girls are playing since June altogether, but they're used to playing in the spring. They're used to playing in typically nicer conditions. It is a cold, blustery November day, the kind that we haven't really had that many of here in this fall. I got to think the weather is playing a major factor for both offenses right now.
Would not be surprised if the swirling winds are really throwing off the quarterbacks. We've seen a lot of misses there from Santiago, who's usually a lot stronger than that at quarterback. She'll loft this one, a great spiral downfield, finds Haley Jimenez past midfield, and they're not going to catch her. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Haley Jimenez gets the score. The long shot pass pays off this time for Leominster, and they'll have the first score in this contest.
Blue Devils have gone to this deep ball a few times today, Dan. Santiago overthrew her target twice. The third time is right on the money. She hits Jimenez in stride, nothing but sprint turf in front of her, and she takes it in for 6.
There are very few players out there that can match Jimenez's pure speed. There'll be a conversion from the 5-yard line, so this will be for 1 point. Must be a pass. Here's a throw. It's going to be incomplete. But a flag falls. Trying to get on the slant route, Ileana Reyes. They're going to wave off the flag. 6-0, Leominster has it halfway through the first half. Let's take a moment to thank our FATV underwriters.
Fitchburg Access Television's remote productions are brought to you in part by Rollstone Bank and Trust, Acme Carpet One, All One Credit Union, The Sentinel and Enterprise, Minuteman Press, and Unitil.
Leominster takes that timeout there, the first timeout of this contest, with 11:59 to go in the first half. Blue Devils with the 6-0 lead.
Oh, we have a moment. We want to let you know, of course, if you know anyone in Leominster who may be interested in watching this game or the Chicken Bowl, you can watch FATV programming pretty much anywhere in the world absolutely for free on your phone via the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, your streaming apps, or online streaming at fatv.org.
Throw on first down to the left side, couple spins. It took a couple efforts to get that flag to fall. Finally at the 40-yard line, Jalen Melendez has her flag pulled, but a flag does fly in the penalty sense.
Hold indicated against Leominster.
And penalties against the defense result in an automatic first down. So 5-yard penalty marked off. And this is going to be first down for the Red Raiders. So they'll tell the box man, set that to 1, please. All defensive penalties result in an automatic first, while all offensive penalties result in a loss of down.
So it'll be 1st and 6 now for the Raiders.
Kitchen will throw over the middle. That's going to be caught. Solid catch there by Bienelis Pena.
Pass there.
The junior gets the first down for Fitchburg in this contest at the 45 of Leominster.
Both offenses, Dan, had a bit of a feeling out period, a bit of time to get used to the weather, used to each other. But we saw Leominster hit a big play for 6 on their last possession, and now Fitchburg has their first down. 1st and 10 Raiders from the 45. They need 20 to score. Run to the right side, pulled down in the backfield is Ingracia. Loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 46.
Wanted to go with the run that time. We haven't seen either team go with much of a ground game. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there because it looked like the timing was off. You could see Ingracia had overran Kitchen at the snap and had to double back. 2nd down and goal for the right side out of the hands of Melendez and incomplete.
Now just about 21 yards for Fitchburg to get. We haven't seen them go very deep, but they spread the field here. We'll see what Anthony Aquendo's offense can do.
It's a throw over the middle. It is caught. Pena makes the catch at the 35, but she's 10 yards short of where she needs to be. And it'll be an auto punt.
So Fitchburg punts it away. Leominster will take over 1st down at their own 30. I think that was Jolly Santiago again on the tackle, Dan. She has been everywhere on the defensive side of the ball for the Blue Devils.
It's going offense and defense. One of the reasons why she was league MVP last year. 1st down. A lot of ball movement, and Carboni takes it up the near side for a few.
That was Carboni on the
Gabriela Siamonos on the tackle for the Red Raiders.
picks up about 5.
5-yard gain. They faked the handoff there and just floated it right to Carboni. You know, with the 5-on-5 action. This is a game where the center can make catches. And the center can be quite dangerous.
Absolutely.
See one of the assistants there for the Blue Devils, Elijah Martinez. Becky Curley, the head coach of this Blue Devil side. Santiago, long throw, trying to hit that big, long touchdown pass to Jimenez again, but this time overthrown.
Pass falls incomplete.
I think the Blue Devils realize, Dan, they have the advantage in terms of speed, particularly with Jimenez. They've been trying to hit her downfield. They tried to hit Carboni a couple of times as well. Santiago, again, just a little bit inaccurate there. But we saw on their last drive, it only takes 1.
3rd down, need to get to midfield for a fresh set of downs. They fake the handoff, go with another long pass. That's going to be caught on the far side.
Nice play
First
there.
catch on the day for Analia Tracoche.
Tracoche, number 41.
That'll be a 1st down for the Blue Devils.
And that's a 1st down.
Ingracia recovered well, getting back to stop this from being a touchdown, Dan. But Tracoche had all sorts of room in front of her. Pass was maybe just a little underthrown this time by Santiago. Tracoche had to come back and get it, but still a big, big play for the Blue Devils, rather. They've got 1st and goal at the 35, so about 10 yards out.
Tracoche was all league for Leominster 2 last year. There's a throw for Jimenez. Did her flag fall before she got to the end zone? I don't think it did.
It did. She was brought down at the 26-yard line, just 1 yard shy.
Again, stopping that just shy of the goal line.
It's Bienelis Pena once again.
That was a touchdown.
Thought I saw a flag in her hand.
Well, I saw Jack Reed put his hands up in the air.
Well, how about that? So right there's the pull. I thought it was Pena pulling the flag. It was not. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
That's a touchdown, folks. Yeah. It's 12-0 here.
12-0 now to the Blue Devils as they'll go for one again.
Leominster going for 1.
Santiago with some time. Floats left side. Too far for Carboni.
Ball out of the hands of
Double coverage that time via Pena and Leilani Ingracia.
Score 12-0 here with 6:15 left in the first half.
Another look at the conversion attempt. Just a little too far. Pena had the best look of all. Blue Devils with their second score of the contest. Now the Red Raiders. First down, throw to the right side, incomplete. Wanted Melendez again, but just another drop there. Cold weather, the swirling winds.
Wasn't a very tight spiral, but still a very catchable ball for Jamie Lee Melendez there.
There's a lot of pressure there, and that's an interception, and it's Santiago who comes with a pick. It's a high snap to Kitchen. Didn't have much time to throw it, and when she did, it was badly underthrown and right into the hands of black number 5.
Take a look at it again. Bella Quinton-Young comes on the blitz. Kitchen pumps, then tries to deliver the ball. But that extra delay, Dan, got more pressure on her. She wasn't able to get it off accurately. And Jolly Santiago is all over it once again.
Now here is a run there. That was Quinton-Young.
Quinton-Young, number 55 on the carry.
Our first touch on the day.
Going to bring up second down.
Gets a couple.
Make it second and goal now from the 33, so 8 yards away from the goal line.
So Leominster 1 and Fitchburg played each other a few times last year. 13-0, 19-0, and 19-6 were the finals in those games. Blue Devils looking for their third score in this first half. And Santiago throwing, intercepted! It's Shaylin Smith who comes away with the pick to flip the field right back for the Raiders. Her second pick of the day.
Smith had one basically drop in her lap earlier. This time she jumps in front of the receiver. Santiago again under pressure, has to get rid of it. It's great coverage by Smith. She was all over Kira Phillips. Now the snap goes over Kitchen's head, and that's a dead ball and a safety.
As it lands straight into the end zone, it's 2 points for Leominster.
Snapping has been a real problem today for Fitchburg. A lot of high floating balls that Kitchens had to bring down. This one goes over her head. And as soon as the ball hits the ground, it's dead. Dead ball in the end zone, that's a safety. 2 points for the Blue Devils.
It's right like that.
And of course, since it's a safety, not only 2 points for the Blue Devils, but they also get the ball back. First and 20 for Leominster, back at their own 30.
It'll be as if those conversions counted. Even though they didn't convert on either conversion, it'll be as if they did. First and 20 for the Blue Devils. Santiago dancing around, throws it over the middle. It'll drop right in the lap there. Getting to midfield before getting her flag pulled there was Kaylin Brewer.
Saw Santiago come up, take that snap from under center, Dan. I wonder if we might see more of that as this game goes on, with the wind being what it is.
Just enough for a first down. I'll bet first and goal 24 yards away.
It's almost a situation like, would you rather have first and goal 24 yards out or second and 1 26 yards out?
It's like how some teams have at times taken intentional penalties on second and short just to give themselves the chance to run. Great evasiveness there by Santiago, able to get the pass off and complete to Kara Phillips. They'll get her to 34 now. The Blue Devils 9 yards from goal again.
Santiago, great elusiveness there. First the juke, then the spin move, now throwing back against her body, able to find her receiver downfield. Nice catch by Phillips, going up over her head to bring that one in.
Second and goal, 9 yards away. Pumps 3 times, finally gets the throw off. Good catch there on the near side. That one going to Palasier Sanchez. We've gotten the chance to say a lot of different Blue Devils names in the first half. They have 13 players with them today, and Becky Curley has done a good job in working most of them into this contest. Mr. Sweeney has 165 passing yards for Jolly Santiago. Here's a throw. That's going to be caught for a touchdown. Kara Phillips will have that catch to make it 20-0.
Make it 167 now for Santiago. This time she rolls right, then pivots, spins, throws back against her body. Phillips is right there for the touchdown catch.
Passing compulsory that close in. Santiago will have her third passing touchdown of this first half.
And with the running clock, this one-point conversion attempt will likely be the final play of the first half.
It'll be the throw to the left side. It goes through the hands there of Jay Colazzo. That'll bring an end to the first half of play here from historic Crocker Field. The Blue Devils lead 20-0.
Saw both teams, Dan, really struggling getting anything going offensively their first couple of possessions. The wind, the weather, really playing a factor for both teams. Leominster was able to recover much more quickly, though. They hit a couple deep balls, and then toward the end of the half, they were able to sustain some long drives. Other side of the ball for Fitchburg, they got a couple of first downs, but really they've been their own worst enemy between high snaps, dropped passes, the safety that turned a 12-point deficit into a 14-point deficit, and the other team has the ball. It's a frustrating first half for the Red Raiders.
It's not gone to plan. Part of it could be the inexperience. We mentioned 9 different seniors graduating. And this is a relatively fresh team. From my recollection in the roster gathering that I had, I only have 3 players on this team who were on the roster last year. Here. And so a lot of maybe first-year players there on the field for the Red Raiders, a lot of jitters, and just trying to get used to playing flag football. And, of course, starting, at least, you get this game, it may be under a lot of pressure, a lot of eyeballs on this one being played on Rivalry Saturday. But, it's not going to matter when it comes to league play when we come into the spring.
Right.
If anything, it'll serve as good experience there. At least when you take the field for the first time in April that you've got the jitters out of you, you've got some experience under your belt, and you're a little more ready to play.
As we welcome you into the press box here at historic Crocker Field, I'm John Gergerty, joined by Dan Bullock. It is Rivalry Saturday here on FATV. We've got girls flag football right now, but don't go anywhere. Later today will be the Chicken Bowl, and as with everything this week, it's Fitchburg and Leominster.
Yep, it's Rivalry Week. So many things coming this week. The school's hard at work on the canned food drive. Battle for the bands tomorrow. But we'll have the coverage here of the Chicken Bowl a little later on. We've got the coverage here of this girls flag football game as part of the rivalry.
And of course, Thanksgiving morning, Doyle Field. I believe we're set for a 10 a.m. kickoff. That's usually what we're going for.
Yep. On a Thursday we'll see what kind of Thursday weather we'll have.
I'm going to go with cold. It feels like we've settled in for cold. We are just about ready for the second half of action. Teams have changed sides. The Red Raiders will be going left to right. Blue Devils on the right side. Fitchburg won the toss at the start. They deferred. Kitchen takes the snap. Pass to the far side is incomplete. A little bit long, but off the hands of Leilani and Gracia.
I'd hate to count all the drops we've seen in this contest, but
it's been a number. It feels like most of the incompletions for Fitchburg have been dropped passes rather than inaccurate ones. Kitchen from the shotgun on second down. Tries to hit her center, and once again off the hands of Jaylene Melendez. Incomplete. It'll be third down for the Red Raiders.
We always joke the hands are the worst place to hit somebody. Ella Kitchen's done a great job hitting them in the hands. And then I guess the predictable result stems from that.
And again, that one's a little bit out of her reach, but that's a catch that should be made catch this time by Melendez on third down. As her flag pulled immediately, Fitchburg will punt. So Leominster will take over 1st and 20 back at their own 30. The even on this one, Dan, it's a pass, hits Melendez right in the midsection, right there, still juggled before being brought in.
Probably could have gained a couple more yards without the juggle, but you could see good coverage there from the Blue Devils, from Gismaya Comprez, from Amelia Carboni. There wasn't really much room for Melendez to run after making that catch.
Blue Devils have it. Jolly Santiago is the quarterback. She'll go under center, 1st and 20 from her own 30. Quick pass to the near side is complete. Dances out of a tackle and finally brought down at about the 42-yard line. Nice little catch and run there for Annalea Tricochet. Gain of about 12. It'll be 2nd and 8.
She got 1 yard less. It would have been 41 taking it to the 41. We'll have to settle for her taking it to the 42.
Santiago dumps it off for the center this time. Jumps out of one tackle and brought down across midfield, so that's a 1st down Blue Devils. Good catch and run for Paula Sierra Sanchez. She's a senior, one of a number on this Blue Devil team.
You can see nearly pulled there, but able to evade. It took the second grab there from Shaylin Smith to stop her progress at the 46 of Fitchburg. 21 yards from goal are the Blue Devils.
21 yards up. Score for Leominster. And 25 yards up.
Blue Devils come to the line. Saw Kitchen and Melendez working on snaps on the near side for Fitchburg. Santiago pumps, throws, pass to the near side is complete. Haley Jimenez is in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
That is Jimenez.
Haley Jimenez, the sophomore, her 3rd touchdown of the day. Take another look at this one.
They fake the handoff to her, throws across her body, across the field, finds Jimenez, and again, you give her open space and she'll take all of it and then some.
This few players, this short of field, you get in open space, you're off to the races. Jimenez was gone. Makes it now a 4-score lead, 26-0 Leominster, and the conversion to come. Play action, pretty much the same play. Pass to the end zone is complete. Annalea Tricochet with the catch. First time Leominster's converted for a point, makes it 27-0 in favor of the Blue Devils.
One thing we haven't had a chance to talk about, too, the Blue Devils jerseys. The black unis, they're not specifically flag football jerseys. There's a throw to the left side that's complete, and there's some good yardage after the catch there for Liliana Gracia.
Number 7, Gracia.
Every member of the Leominster team, Dan, is wearing one of the black alternate jerseys of a senior boys football player on the Leominster Blue Devils.
All those seniors have turned in their black jerseys because they won't need them for the rest of the season.
2nd down pass from Kitchen is incomplete off the hands of Melendez.
So they're wearing these jerseys to honor all those seniors, and that was an idea that Becky Curley told us was an idea by the players.
Very nice way to honor the seniors as they go in for their final Thanksgiving here on Rivalry Week. 3rd down pass is incomplete, batted down at the line by Jimenez. Great defensive instincts there by Haley Jimenez, Dan. Couldn't get to the quarterback. She gets her hand up and is able to knock that down. Take another look.
And I think that high snap also, again, disrupting the timing a little bit. The Raiders will go for it on 4th down this time because what do you have to lose at this juncture?
4th and 4, you're already down by 4 scores. If they gave it away, I would be asking, why are you punting? So they will not. 4th down. Kitchen has to come up to take the snap. Pass to the near side is incomplete. A little bit short that time for Bia Pena. Kitchen also had her flag pulled maybe just after she got rid of that ball. But regardless, it is a turnover on downs. Leominster takes over at the Fitchburg 46.
And because they were 4 yards from getting the 1st down, she was not allowed to run past the line of scrimmage. She had to throw the ball. It was her only legitimate option. And with all that pressure, it's just hard to get a good release there. The snapping has just not been where it needs to be today.
And again, we see Leominster adapting to that. They're going under center. Wind is really picking up. You can see it blowing Santiago's hair back. And off to the near side on the jet sweep. Brought down at about the 41 is Jay Colazzo. Gain of about 4 for her. It'll be second and goal.
Just going with that sweep out to the near side and a good run there. She wears number 12, the jersey of Juan Miranda, who's missed a bunch of this season for the Blue Devils, but may be fit to play for Thanksgiving.
Well, the Leominster.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the Blue Devils had taken time out, but they were just huddling up, getting ready for the play. And again, Dan, you can see the wind just blowing Santiago's hair. It is really consistent out there. So again, Santiago goes under pressure, under center rather. Play fake, deep ball, touchdown, Blue Devils. Just like that, Paula Sierra Sanchez gets in on the action. Her first touchdown of the day. Santiago's 5th through the air.
230 yards of passing today for Jolly Santiago. And her 5th touchdown pass finds Sierra Sanchez, who just had to pull that in and run it into the end zone. That's all she needed. 33-0.
Blue Devils will go for 1. Santiago, quick dump to the far side is incomplete. Off the hands that time of Bella Quinton Young. And while the Blue Devils celebrate their 5th touchdown of the day, let's take a moment to thank the underwriters who make this and all remote productions possible here on FATV.
Fitchburg Access Television's remote productions are brought to you in part by Rollstone Bank and Trust, Acme Carpet One, All One Credit Union, The Sentinel and Enterprise, Minuteman Press, and Unitil.
First down pass from Ella Kitchen was incomplete on the near side, intended for Leilani Ingracia. Looks like the Raiders have made a change at center, Dan. It's Milagros Rivera who's taken over. Snapping has been a big issue for Fitchburg throughout this game. They finally make a change. Second down pass for Rivera is incomplete. Another big thing that's been a problem for Fitchburg has been the dropped passes. Rivera unable to pull that one in.
Rivera is one of those players who has experience, played as an 8th grader, took some snaps at quarterback last season. Well, actually, maybe it wasn't her, actually. I think there was some jersey changing. Ignore what I was going to say there.
Third down, Raiders have to get to midfield. Pass over the middle is caught. Action stopped for a moment. Finally resuming and being brought down about 5 yards shy of the line to gain is Allie Diaz. First catch of the day for her. This was very weird, Dan. You see the pass completed over the middle. Diaz stopped as though she had her flag pulled, but she had not.
Yeah, I think with the collision, she may have felt some pull there, so maybe she thought it was, but she didn't hear a whistle, so she played on.
4th and 5. Raiders will go for it again. Kitchen's pass over the middle is incomplete. Just behind Bia Pena that time. Fitchburg turns it over on downs. Leominster will once again take over in Red Raider territory.
Another thought, too, like if this was a regular league game, they would have already etched a W in Leominster's book because the Mercy is 32 points, in which at that point they declare the game over and a team the winner, although they would let teams play the remainder of the game if they so wanted for giggles. But I think it's just a matter of, well, we'll play the rest of this out, but as you can see, it's quite clear who the dominant team has been in this contest today.
Jolly Santiago under center. Pass to the near side is incomplete. A little bit too high for Kaylin Brewer. Leominster returning a great many players from last season. As you said, Dan, this Fitchburg team greatly changed. They graduated 9 seniors since the last league game back at Gillette in June.
Meanwhile, Leominster only graduated 2 seniors, and neither of them were all league, but they were contributors nonetheless.
Fake the pop pass to Jimenez. Santiago goes long again. This one's incomplete, trying to hit Brewer. A little bit too long for her. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Blue Devils. They're at the 45. They need 20 yards.
Obviously challenging, but we can see that this Leominster team has more than the capability of making it happen. It's just been so hard for some of these receivers to read the wind patterns today.
Wind has died down a little bit. It's definitely been a stiffer breeze in moments past than it is right now. 3rd down and goal. Santiago deep drop. Going long. Open in the end zone is Jimenez. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Haley Jimenez with touchdown catch number 4 on the day. An incredible performance by the sophomore. She was all league last year. Jolly Santiago was all league, and they're showing why.
Yeah, last year, for my books, Jimenez was the most dynamic athlete on the field for the Blue Devils. How she could break tackles open, how she could evade defenders, and really just how quickly she can get downfield, get in position, come back to that ball, and easily haul it in. Yet another score for the sophomore.
Leominster to make it a 40-point lead. Santiago's throw is high and incomplete, just off the hands of Amelia Carboni. So it remains 39-0 in favor of the Blue Devils as we approach the halfway point of the second half. Fitchburg will take their first timeout of the second half.
There was only one timeout in the entire first half, so each team had 3 timeouts to bring into this second half.
And again, that's a bit of a change in the typical rules that was made today to accommodate the longer 25-minute halves. Essentially, the teams had 4 timeouts, but could only carry 3 to the second half.
Just because we're playing a longer game, a 50-minute game, as opposed to the 36-minute standard. So if we're playing the 36-minute standard, the game would already be over by now.
That is true.
But we're playing the long one. It's a special one.
It is. It's the rivalry. You want to do it upright.
You know, way back in the day, there used to be 11-minute standards for games, 11-minute quarters in tackle football, and then they played 12-minute quarters for Thanksgiving.
I remember people being very mad about that.
And then they played, well, it was more mad when there was the 10-minute quarters that they'd have to play because they ended up being league games.
That's true.
And
there were a few years where teams like played on Thanksgiving, but played is in severe air quotes because they had playoff games to consider. Raiders make a change at quarterback. It's Bia Pena passing on the far side. Pass is caught. It's Milagros Rivera with the catch. Raiders changing up personnel as we get deeper in. Take a look at another player behind center. Pena, quick pass on second down, is caught out to the 47-yard line before she's brought down. That's Leilani Ingracia with the catch and run. It'll be 3rd and about 2 for Fitchburg. They're in the gotta throw zone. Is that the name for that? Can we call it the gotta throw zone?
It's a name we could use for it.
Okay. Raiders need 2 on 3rd down. Pena's pass is incomplete, intended for Rivera. I don't know if that was just beyond her reach or if Rivera didn't extend for it. We'll take another look.
It was a quick throw out there. And you can see, it was through her arms.
Now 4th and 2. Raiders got to go and they got to throw. Pena under pressure, throws to her right. That pass is through one receiver's hands, but into the arms of another. Shaylin Smith made the catch on a pass that was intended for Milagros Rivera. Take another look again from behind the play. This ball is intended for Milagros Rivera. She gets a hand on it and deflects it. Shaylin Smith, great body control coming back to that one to make the first down catch.
If it's not for the deflection, Smith never makes that catch.
Pena's pass on first down, incomplete. Intended for Ali Diaz. Raiders now have 2 more shots from the 45. They need 20 yards to get points on the board.
Just doing what they can to get on the board in this one in what's been a challenging contest.
Raiders sent Pena in motion. Now get her back behind center. Pass to the far side is complete. And Gracia is tackled at about the 36. Gain of 9 for Fitchburg brings up 3rd and 11. And again, they need all of it here. If they don't get this, they auto punt on 4th. 3 receivers bunched to the near side. And of course, the center is eligible as well. Pena deep drop, throws high for the end zone, double coverage. Nobody wearing red was within 5 yards of that one. Pass falls incomplete. You see Pena gesticulating, Dan, back at the line of scrimmage. She was very confused. She expected the receivers to run different routes, maybe.
Just not quite on the same page. I was also wondering if a Raider had jumped two on third down, but nevertheless, Blue Devils get the ball back on their own 5.
First down, rolling to the right. This is Amelia Carboni taking over at quarterback for Leominster. Her pass to the far side is caught by Jasmaya Compres.
Pass is complete.
Leominster with the 39-point lead has decided that Jolly Santiago's arm has had enough of a workout today.
20 feet.
That'll be their way of showing a little bit of mercy there. Imagine the Blue Devils are working on making sure everybody gets into the game.
Carboni's second down pass is caught. Pass was caught across midfield, but then coming back into Leominster territory was Kira Phillips. She's brought down at the Blue Devil 49, so it's not a first down.
Yeah.
So we've been told that's okay, we need to apologize every single time we've called Amelia Carboni's name today. It's been Jaji Perez.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
That does. Perez's throw on third down is incomplete. So what happened was
They told us Perez was 48.
and she is in fact 84. And then they also told us that Carboni wasn't playing, and when there was an 84 that we had never seen, we guessed. And we guessed wrong, and we apologize for that.
At the end of the day, I guess that's the challenge of when you make the roster and it's like at the seat of your pants.
So again, it is Jaji Perez in at quarterback for the Blue Devils. Her fourth down pass is incomplete off the hands of Jolly Santiago. Blue Devils will turn it over on downs. Fitchburg takes over just across midfield. They have a first and goal from pretty much as far as you could be, Dan.
Yeah.
Just under 7.5 minutes to play here. And the Blue Devils will take time out. Gives Anthony Aquendo, the head coach of the Raider girls flag football team, chance to work over with his offense what he wants to see on this possession. Of course, you know, folks who have watched Fitchburg football for a while, it's a bit of a familiar name, I would say.
Yeah, class of 2022.
One of the better players we've seen come through historic Crocker Field, I think it's fair to say.
Yep, absolutely in recent years. Definitely one of those dominant players. I like to joke, Amelia Carboni's been at home watching this. She's probably been thinking, wow, I've done a good job today.
I've had a really good game. First down. Pass to the near side is incomplete through the hands of Ingracia. It'll be second and goal for the Red Raiders. Bia Perez, the junior, taking over at quarterback here in the second half for Fitchburg. High snap under pressure. Over the middle into double coverage and incomplete. Very nearly intercepted. Kira Phillips was there for Leominster.
Phillips coming across there with the double coverage. Trying to ended up knocking that one away from Ali Diaz.
Now third and goal. Fitchburg's got to have it. Over the middle, caught by Diaz at the 35, but she gets her flag pulled 10 yards short. That'll be a turnover on downs for Fitchburg. They auto punted away. Leominster takes over at the 30.
And that's basically a bend but don't break style defense there. You're absolutely willing to give up the 10 yards because you know they need 24 and change. So sure, you can let them get to the 33 and they can have all that yardage. but you know you're getting the ball back.
Jaji Perez pass on first down. Is that a pick? Diving attempt made by Shaylin Smith. That is our third interception of the day. Take another look at this one, Dan. A tremendous play by Shaylin Smith.
Just reaching out there and pulling that one in.
That one never even hit the ground. A great catch by Smith.
Wanted to find Jazzy Vasquez right over the middle, but Smith with a great athletic effort there. Diving across like she would to catch a ball like she does in soccer.
Tremendous diving catch, now on 1st and goal. Pass is complete to Ingracia. Shaylin Smith, the goalie for the Red Raider soccer team, made a diving save on that one. Second down and goal, about 9 yards out. Pena under pressure, throws to the left side, caught by Ingracia, blocked by Smith, spins to the near side, has her flag pulled. Coming in from behind was Jay Colazzo, got her at about the 31.
Raiders will take it at the 31 because it leaves the option of at least trying to run.
Now 3rd and goal, 6 yards out, pass is incomplete. Intended for Rivera. And that'll lead to a turnover. Leominster takes over again.
Haley Jimenez also plays defense. Able to knock that one away. I mentioned the flexibility of being able to run the football, but it's really hard to run the football when you go empty backfield 4 receivers.
Yeah, that typically indicates your desire to throw, if nothing else.
Well, you kind of have to at that junction.
Jaji Perez under center, pumps. She'll throw on 1st down. Pass over the middle is complete. Catch made by Analea Tricochet. She is, to my reading, Dan, one of just 2 freshmen on this team. The other one, Jaji Perez, is at quarterback right now for Leominster. Her second down pass is caught by Tricochet. Diving away from tacklers, gets near midfield. It'll come down to the spot. Looks like she's about a flag's length short. It'll be 3rd down. Or are they going to move the chains? Nope, it'll be 3rd down.
Just put it basically as close as you can to the line without putting it over the line.
3rd and the length of a football. Leominster's got to run. They go play action either way. Pass for Santiago's complete. Diving tackle attempt is missed. Jolly Santiago has had enough of throwing touchdowns. Now she's caught one.
With the evasiveness able to avoid getting her flag pulled, brings it all the way. A compulsory pass play. Throw over the middle, you can see one great attempt to pull that flag, but just comes up empty.
45-0 in favor of Leominster. Perez will throw for 1. Incomplete. A little bit too long that time for Jimenez.
That's been the only weakness in Leominster's game. 1 for 7 on conversion attempts today.
Well, I mean, listen, there's always room for improvement no matter what you do. I think they take, we need to work on our 1-point conversions. Fitchburg tries the deep ball on 1st down. It's incomplete, intended for Ali Diaz. A couple of different coverage defensive backs in there for the Blue Devils. Go ahead, Dan.
3 Blue Devils surrounding her there. And Diaz was able to get her hands on that one, but just pops off of them and incomplete.
2nd down and 20 for Fitchburg. Empty backfield as they've had all day. Smith goes in motion to the far side. Perez passed over the middle, incomplete. Once again, you see the frustration on the eyes of Ali Diaz. She knows she should have had that one. As soon as it went through her hands, we'll take a look at it on the replay.
Yeah, the drops have been the big killer for the Raiders. I feel like they've been more, out of all the incompletions, I have to say more than half of them have been drops.
Definitely. Now 3rd down. Raiders need midfield. Perez giving signals, trying to get her receivers downfield. Nobody was even beyond the midfield line. Finally throws it long for Diaz, and it's incomplete.
Leominster fully committed to the pass defense there. Pena would have had 7 seconds to throw the football, and nobody was rushing her.
Plenty of time. You see her giving signals, trying to get her receivers open. It's very tough as a quarterback when you've got 4 targets but 5 defenders. Pena unable to find Diaz on that one.
Yep.
Leominster will take over to run out the final 25 seconds or so.
Yep. And because of the rules of flag football, Pena can't run with it, so had to throw it and couldn't find anyone.
First down handoff up the near side. It's Ileana Reyes. I think that may be her first carry of the day.
Everybody on the roster got into the game, so.
And that will be our final play. 45-0 in favor of Leominster is the final score. A tremendous effort for Leominster. A little bit slow going. First couple possessions took them time to get into rhythm. But once they got going, man, a fantastic game for the Blue Devils.
Yep, once they got the wheels going, once the gears were rolling, once they were in second, third, fourth gear, just difficult to stop. And for the Raiders, it shows that it's not going to be a case of just plug and play and continue on. It's obviously there'll be a little bit more adversity for this upcoming season just because a lot of inexperience. We mentioned 9 seniors graduating, including 3 all-league players, including one of the best quarterbacks in the league last year in GNX Santiago. And it's hard to replace all of that talent. Raiders came with 10 players. 3 of them were on the team last year. And just a bit challenging. And you could see the fits and starts. You could see the conditions weren't the best either. You know, cold, breezy. It probably led to a bunch of those drops, but obviously there's a lot to work on. I think Anthony Equendo knows this 3rd season may be the toughest thus far in his young coaching career.
Absolutely. Fitchburg, a long way to go, but a long time to get there. They will be back for the spring season in a few months' time. For now, congratulations again to Leominster, particularly Jolly Santiago had just a tremendous day, Dan. 5 touchdown passes and a touchdown reception. That'll play. I think she'll take that.
Just a tremendous day there. She was all league for a reason. She was a very solid quarterback for the Blue Devils, and you could see all those players now taking the picture there to commemorate their victory. It was quite a performance that they showed off, and the Blue Devils will again be a threat in the league when it comes time to play in the spring. And if they field a second team, that team's going to be a threat too. After all, the Leominster 2 team last year was a state semifinalist as well.
A statement of intent by the Blue Devils. Look out, girls flag football come the spring. The Blue Devils are coming. 45-0 is the final for the girls flag football game. Dan and I will have coverage of the Chicken Bowl later this afternoon, but for now we will step aside and take a break. We'll see you in just a little bit of time right here on FATV.